Well, welcome back to the homestead. In today's episode, we've moved all our flooring supplies upstairs and our tools and everything, and we're ready to start working up here, laying our hardwood floor down. So the downstairs is finished with the exception of a little bit of threshold work around the doorways, and that's going to get done after we sand and seal it. So we're ready to start laying flooring up here, and the first thing I needed to figure out was how I was going to lay it out. So in my upstairs, we have three rooms. We have my office that's behind you. We have the landing where I'm standing right now. And then we have my son's bedroom over here. My office and my son's bedroom have doorways that are opposite of each other. So when those doors are open, you can actually see directly from the far east wall of the house to the far west wall of the house. So that's where I kind of want to start putting my flooring down. I want a straight line that goes all the way through the three rooms, wall to wall. So we've gone ahead and we've laid some felt paper down in that area. And the next thing I needed to do was figure out where I wanted that starter row to be. Now, I already have some hardwood flooring put down in my equipment room. And I really need this flooring to fall in line with that flooring. So what I did was I measured back from the end of that flooring into the doorway, and then I divided that number by 2 1/4. It didn't come out even, so then I just started raising that number until I got it to a number that was evenly divisible by 2 1/4. And it turns out 17 rows is what it's going to take to get from that flooring to this string that I've got on the floor. So when I had that number, I put a mark on the floor, and then I measured from this wall on the front of the house back to that mark. Now I've got a wall that's in the exact same position in each of the three rooms as this wall. So I went into my son's room and went to that wall, and I measured back the measurement, and I did the same thing in the office, and I measured back. And where those two measurements were in the far rooms, I put a finishing nail down and I pulled a string from nail to nail. So that gives me a straight line that is the same distance off of the front line of the house. So as I work my flooring up to the front of the house, it should come out even to those walls. And as I turn around and work back towards the back of the house, it should fall in line to match up with the flooring that we already have down. Plus, it gives me a straight line inside the doorway to start with, so that I know all of my flooring is going to be straight from side to side, and I don't have to worry about starting flooring at the front of the house in this room and getting it to come out from the front of the house in this room and match where this doorway is, and then the same thing over in my office. If you start flooring on a wall in 3 different rooms and work it forward and expect it to come out exactly forward or exactly even, you're laying it a whole lot better than what I am. So I have to have a string that's going to go across all 3 rooms and give me an even starting point. Then I can work that to the front of the house and turn around and work it to the back of the house, and it'll all come out fine. So that's where I'm at now. So with the string already down, the next thing I need to do is go ahead and get a straight edge and screw it to the floor in line with that string, and then I can start putting some flooring down up against that straight edge. And then once I have some flooring down in this room up against the straight edge, I can pick those up and move them into the 2 adjacent rooms and duplicate that process until I've got 3 rows of flooring all the way across the entire house here. Once I have that, then I can pull my backer boards up and I'm ready to just start working from side to side. So let's go ahead and get started on that and see if we can't get our starter row knocked out. So now I've got my straight edges secured to the floor, I can go ahead and start laying the flooring in here. And after I get a couple of rows deep where it's not going to shift, I can pull those up and transfer them into the next room. So let's go ahead and start getting some flooring put down in here. I've got the first couple of rows down, the straight edges are pulled up, and we've got a nice straight line all the way from side to side in the house. So what I'm going to do now is just start working this floor all the way from one end to the next. And we're going to do that until we get the flooring moved or put down all the way to the other side of the doorways. Once we get to the doorways, that's going to be a break in the rooms, and then we'll just work each room all the way to the front of the house. And then once all the rooms are all the way to the front of the house, we'll turn around, we'll work the back edge to the back of the house. So it's going to be a real repetitive process, but let's see how long it takes us to get it knocked out. All right, so we finished the strip that goes from east to west in the house. And the next thing I want to do is turn around and put felt paper down in here all the way to the front of the house, and then start laying the flooring all the way to the front. Then when I finish that, we'll go to the next room, we'll do the same thing. Put the felt paper down, work the flooring all the way to the front. And then we'll go to the next room, same thing, felt paper, flooring. And once we've got all of the flooring put down from this strip to the front, we'll turn around, put our splines in, and do the same thing working towards the back of the house. But for now, let's go ahead and get the felt paper down in here and see if we can get some more flooring put down. All right, so that's going to do it for today's video. We made a pretty good bit of progress. We're probably right around a third of the way through upstairs. We've got about half of my office done. We've got the connecting strip through all 3 rooms done. And we've got a good start here in Nathaniel's bedroom. So all in all, we had pretty good progress this weekend. I think I'm going to come out a couple of nights this week and work on it after work. I probably won't film that because I know these flooring videos are pretty repetitive. But then we'll come back the following weekend and we'll pick up there and show you the progress and kind of catch you up as to where we are. But at any rate, for now, we're just hammering away on the floor. Once we finish getting the wood laid, probably the sanding and staining will be a little bit more enjoyable to watch. But until then, y'all just keep checking back.